Welcome back to the Lime City European Extreme Tank Tournament. This is the finals, so this will be a best of 5, and we have Tyler and D-Limes. If you're disappointed that you're not hearing Apache's voice, it's okay. He is here with me, along with Joseph Joestar 316, so if you guys want to say hello.
Hey, what's up, Apache? What's up, D-Limes chat?
Everybody's here. What do you think about this match coming up here?
We saw chinks in D-Line's armor for once, right? So this is going to be a really interesting race. I think we should get them underway with the first game as quickly as possible.
Yeah, so we'll let them make sure that they're ready. If they're okay, so we'll count them in.
Alright, I'll count them down.
I don't know.
3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, boys.
And off they go. I mean, this is a matchup that I think we've seen, countless time between these two. I mean, apart from, IL such as this, but like they've competed against each other in the, full run of European Extreme as well as like VE, other difficulties. So it's almost kind of a nice thing. We kind of get to see that same rivalry once again. And let me tell you, from racing D-Limes, I mean, the guy he's intimidating to race against. I mean, just being able to squeak out, one round win between the best out of 3 is still, somewhat of an accomplishment to me. But yeah, so they're just gonna make their way through beginning parts of the tanker, and Tyler with the roll. Or actually, no, wait, no, that was Limes. I got my DLCs mixed up. Yeah, I'm actually just rearranging it to like what the stream is like. I had it the other way around. Yeah, ignore me. I've done this before.
Yeah, as you were saying, they've faced many times, and Limes hasn't lost so far. But I'm certainly not counting out Tyler. He's played really well in the tournament. He got floated a little bit. Would you say it's fair to say he got floated to grands a little bit?
Yeah, I mean it's a shame. You hate to see the dropouts, and I hope everything's all right. And okay, Tyler got a little hung up on the door, but should be okay. But yeah, it's like I was saying, you hate to see the dropouts. It happens. I mean, I've been on the other end of it personally, and let me tell you, it's sometimes it happens.
I don't think any player in this tournament really wants to win like that as well. I think everyone would rather just
yeah, you want to go down fighting. All right, so it looks like they both got a right Olga. Okay, so it is both right Olga.
I think everybody really do. I don't think anyone gets like anything.
I've been with the unit since I was born. I grew up on the battlefield. Conflict and victory were my parents.
There, really.
The unit is my life.
It's always disappointment. I know for me anyway. It's always frustrating.
Yeah, it's not one. It's not one to celebrate, right? It's definitely not one to celebrate, and that's what I think people do this for. MGS2 is a very competitive game. It's got a very competitive community, and I don't think you can sort of like gloat about any kind of win where the other person's computer caught fire or whatever. Like
I won the finals.
Wow, it's like on my VLCs, it almost looked like they're in sync, like with maybe Tyler ahead by, like a tenth of a second.
By just a very slight margin. That's like, those are the most exciting races, really. It's the one where they're like right next to each other, because.
Well, speaking of that, I mean that tiebreaker that I had against Young Snow in the first round. Who would have figured that would happen in a race like this, right?
Please, no more draws.
Oh my god, please no more tiebreakers. I don't like being in them. I like seeing them, but I especially don't like being in them.
It's rare. I wonder if Tyler's going to drop the big boss strats now.
I think he will.
Oh, he's so dropping it.
Yeah.
Oh, there they go.
I don't know. No, I can't say for sure if he'll go for a lethal counter if he's not used to it, because it is a little different to the M9. Even just the aiming is a bit weird. So
you get used to the pacing, right? Of the guards coming out from going down to the M9. You get used to when the next guard's going to come, and USP obviously affects that because the guards spawn in faster.
So
So yeah, I don't think he would do anything like that. I don't think Limes is going to go for a USP guard rush, considering the problems he had in that first game with Joe.
Both got fast aim, I think. Yeah, both got fast aim.
Yeah, they both did. Yeah, look at that. Dude, this is almost in sync. This is crazy.
So Limes immediately just doesn't care. Like he does his warning shot without tranking the guard in front of him. But Tyler, I think he tried to, but I think he just shot his USP a little bit early.
Yeah, he did. Whereas Limes just didn't care about the alert. He just shot it.
Unless Tyler just kind of maybe he just did it out of habit, but I was like, actually, I don't care. Like, could have been either.
Yeah, but I guess when it comes to the guard rush, like you said, I sort of caught wind of, you know, like, oh, people are going for USP strat. And I guess from a runner's perspective, when you go into these sort of things, it's not always the best idea to try to change it up midway unless if, you know, there's a certain comfort level behind it, because the timing with the M9 is very specific, and, you know, as the guards go down too on top of it. So if you try to, you know, change it midway with the hopes of, oh, yeah, I think this will be better. But if you're not used to the timing, it'll actually, you know, cause more of an issue than it would to help you.
It'll kill you.
Yeah,
It's very
exactly.
easy to die on the guard rush.
It's generally
But,
not
yeah,
a good
speaking
idea
of-
to just kind of do something you're not used to.
So it looks like Tyler's going for M9 strat, and so is Lime, so they're not going for it.
Just playing it maybe a bit safer, slightly slower, but a little safer. And I mean, the thing with guard rush is more than your weapon. The thing that matters most is the pattern of the guards. Because if they hide a lot or are slow to come out, that's more detrimental than if you use USB or use M9. So, but that was like basically exactly the same.
Yeah, theirs was pretty identical. I mean, because like you said, the guard on the right side of the deck hallway there
They're actually
is he's kind of the one that'll just ruin your day. He'll just randomly blind fire. You could try to get the lean shot like before they duck back in.
Say Limes.
And oh, that's the is that the patented D-Limes ladder glitch?
Yeah, the one that looks so bloody
It's
sketchy
so
all around.
spooky.
It just looks so bad. It's like,
Tyler did a one-punch buffer in Hold 1, by the way. He did a one-punch
was
buffer
nice.
for the ladder glitch.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was sick.
he got a 643.21 on the speech timer. That's good. Like any 643 is really good.
Okay, good hold 2 on both of them.
So Limes is like half a second behind, based
I
on the
mean,
speech
the-
timer.
Yeah, I mean, IGT could make a difference here, but Tyler a little bit ahead, right?
He's barely. No, actually. Yeah, no, he is. Sorry, never mind. Yeah, he's like. Well, you can see he's like.
Well, I'm just going
1
based
second.
off like the time left counter,
Yeah,
which
he's
is
like a
like a couple
second.
seconds off.
I think he was like a second and a bit, maybe like a second and a quarter or something.
All right,
thing
Tyler's
is,
got all the pictures.
Mashing could win or lose this now at this point, you know.
Oh man, let me tell you, because of that tiebreaker.
But the
6:44.
thing is, you have both of them.
6:44
6:49 for
to.
Limes.
Oh,
That's
yeah, look at that.
interesting, actually. It might be a.
1-0 to Tyler.
It could be loads, maybe, because I know the loads don't count to the IGT, but they matter in RTA. So, but yeah.
6:44 now, the lowest time we've seen today, by the way, in the tanker.
So the first one.
Oh, is that a fact?
Tyler. Yes, he has the world record in tanker tournament. So yeah, and that's actually a PB
Alright.
for Tyler as well, I believe.
Very nice.
That's quite a hefty PB.
That's another thing you wouldn't expect to happen on tournament day: tiebreakers and PVs.
Yeah, honestly, like what? To be fair though, I didn't expect my PC to crash either, but there we go. Happened.
Yeah, just get that hammer ready in case it, you know, it just kind of strikes the final nerve, you know.
Like if it
It's-
crashes in the middle of this in these races, I will actually commit Sudoku.
Hey, make for good YouTube, Twitter content.
Yeah.
All right, so 1-0 Tyler. It's a best of 5. It's first of 3. I'll see if they're both ready.
But yeah,
So Tyler's ready,
it's something.
and
Limes
Limes.
ready too.
What's that, right, you?
No, I was just gonna say I like how Tyler always plays it really safe with the previous menus in the settings, like
Yeah.
the options. He'll always, after every IL, he'll always go and make sure that they're as they should be. But
I'm going to count them down here. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck. Good luck, boys. You can do it.
That
Say
was
go.
a fantastic
Whenever
game 1.
Whenever you're ready, Tyler. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's just the VLC for me or if he started a little bit later than D-Limes. Let me just quickly refresh it.
It's probably a mix of both because depending on where people are connecting from. I mean, I think Tyler's in the same Midwest region as I am. I mean, I'm in Illinois and he's in Texas, but I don't know. You might get like those little hiccups just from delays.
Yeah, no, of course. And maybe that's what I imagine they're probably more or less.
But I mean, at least on the VLC on my end, I mean, it looks pretty clean, like quality-wise. I mean, I don't see like any
No, it just it
massive
looks
stutters.
Like, it just looks like Tyler started a little later, which can happen sometimes as well.
Oh.
Yeah, looks like Tyler's VLC is stuttering a little bit.
Yeah, it's funny how we're talking about that and then it happens.
It froze for like a second. And it just came
I know,
back.
I was like, uh-oh, did it just happen again? Mid-game crash.
Like when I saw that, I just sat here with my breath held, like, oh no.
And Raichu's holding his breath with the hammer. He's like,
Oh, what's going on?
don't you do it. Don't you do it.
It's all fairly standard stuff, so you saw it a minute ago probably. But if you weren't here, this is the finals of the Lime City Tanker Tournament. That's quite a name. On European Extreme, MGS2, we are currently in the finals. Tyler is ahead by 1, and we're coming up to Olga. Was that a good recap? I think that was a good recap. So the thing about Olga that makes her terrifying is she'll kill you in 1 shot without question. Health, full health or not on European Extreme, so they both have to be quite careful. I think D-Lime's got a left Olga.
Yeah, D-Limes with a left, Tyler with a right. D-Limes gets the loop, gives him about a 10-second advantage.
And he'd actually get the full 10
I've been
seconds
with the
because
unit
Olga
since I
behaved
was
herself
born.
when she,
I grew up on the battlefield.
Olga can
Conflict
either
and victory were my
run around
parents.
left and go straight behind,
The unit
or she can go all the way back around to the back of the tarp. And if she
We've
does
shared
what she did for
everything,
D-Limes
all the
and you
bad
get that
and all
shot
the
when she turns the corner, you'll save like 10 seconds. But if she gives you a slow pattern, it's like 8 seconds. But still a substantial time gain in an IL, like that's about 6 minutes long, 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge deal. Not bearing any other mistakes, obviously. Tyler won't go for a dab drop. I've not seen him go for a single one today. I didn't see you go for one either, Raichu.
I
So
just
what
kind of
what
forgot
was
about
that?
it.
Yeah, I think that might be the same for Tyler.
I was just kind of more focused on not messing up than I was doing that. It's the thing, the dav drop that Apache mentioned, and I know D-Line's mentioned a few times when my PC was crashing. If you press square as fast as you can, just mash it as you're falling off a ledge of some sort. As long as you don't have a weapon equipped, there is a chance if you hit the button on the right frame or whatever, that snake will just kind of glide to the lower level. You won't have
Yeah, it
that,
just
like,
cancels the
drop-down
falling animation.
which is like super small and super inconsistent, but it's definitely worth going for. And I just think you'll definitely see Limes and he'll always go for it without fail.
Yeah, I think Joe had the most in this tournament. I think Joe had 3 total, which is more than anyone else has had.
I thought I
but
had
as
twice,
for-
but yeah, it's
maybe.
it's really cool when you get it. Definitely gives you the style points, but it's heavily inconsistent.
Yeah.
I actually kind of find it interesting that Limes didn't go for the fast engine room roll. Maybe he was a little slow skipping the maybe he was a little bit slow skipping the cutscene and he knew he wasn't going to get it. So while I mention it, you'll notice Tyler did get it. So fast engine room, to get it, you have to move like perfectly, effectively. The minute you load in and gain control of the snake at the engine room, you have to skip that little mini cutscene with Raven as quick as you can, but you can't roll. So sometimes when you're skipping mini cutscenes, if you mash X too much, snake will roll right after you gain control again. That can't happen. It has to be frame 1 skipped perfectly. Then you have to move perfectly. And after you trank that guy at the top of the stairs, you need to do a very particular roll in the right place at the right time to avoid the very top guy actually seeing you. And all of that nonsense saves about 0.3 seconds.
It's quite a lot to take in, but
It's
whatever it
really
takes
is.
to save time, it'll save you time.
But the time save isn't even the benefit. That's the funniest part. It's actually having full health. Because having full health for this fight here means you can just tank extra shots and you can be a bit more brave about things. But so Limes now is, I think.
I knew he was getting killed. I knew it. I could feel
Oh
it.
no!
As I'm like explaining, I was gonna die. So he could die. I cursed him.
Oh jeez, that is rough to see. I mean, it happened to me. I'm pretty sure it happened to, I mean, it happens to everybody. I mean, it's just, sometimes I'll get caught up with the guard on the right because of the blind fire shot, and I'm trying to focus on the guard that's next to them, and I'll just get caught red-handed.
It was actually kind of funny. We were all talking, like, we mentioned how, Olga, getting a left Olga, is a big deal. It's a good 10 seconds, and then
Limes is not far behind here, though.
now he could catch up if Tyler makes a mistake. It doesn't have to be a death. He just needs to even just miss a picture. That's enough.
See, another one-punch buffer from Tyler on the ladder glitch.
Yeah,
Very
Tyler's
nice.
been doing this so long that, like, I actually remember a little while ago.
Oh god, that in between. God, that makes me nervous every time I see him do
That's
that
just
with the guard.
And he's on hold 1 PB pace still. No, he's off by a millisecond. Excuse me. He got a 421 last time. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Tyler for a while was actually trying to practice doing the ladder glitch without a buffer, with no punch. So it's no surprise that he's doing one punch buffers.
Yeah, I think the difference between old school and new school MGS2 runners is we do like safer stuff for full game runs. I think that's where it comes from. Whereas all the old like Euro players, they would just do every single little time save advantage, like
Yeah, it's
stuff
just
like one.
it was kind of because I think a while ago MGS4 was kind of a dick swinging contest more than it is now. Like your PB was more important to make you feel like, I don't know, better as a runner.
See, and that's a 654 finish for Tyler.
Still,
So
the
that
sub
makes
7.
it 2-0 with a Limes finish of 705.
So
Not a
Tyler,
great deal. And considering he had the continue as well, that was really close.
Yeah, and he had the left Olga while Tyler didn't. So I mean, anything could happen in this IL race. Let me
Like-
tell you, it's crazy.
to be that
Match point for Tyler, capable
to be
of the
that
sweet.
sorry to be that close to a sub 7 with a continue at Garders, that's impressive. Yeah, that's
Absolutely. All right, so now it comes down to round 3. Tyler with the 2-0 lead. Can D-Lime squeak a win back in, keep this to a possibly best out of 5? I mean, we've seen just about everything. The tiebreakers, the upsets, the in-betweens. I don't know. How do you feeling about this, Apache?
Hey, they've both played exceptionally well. GG to Tyler, he's done well to go 2-up. Limes could bring it back. I certainly don't think that he's incapable of getting a 3-2 here.
No,
It would be dope to see.
I mean, Limes.
I guess
Guardrush caught him out a few times.
I mean, Limes is very competitive about winning as well. He doesn't like to lose.
Hey man, he's a sore winner, but he's certainly
Yeah.
a gracious person in defeat. I don't think he'd let himself be cut up about this if he lost.
No, but I mean, I feel like he's really gonna push it now because he
Yeah.
doesn't
Oh,
like
yeah.
to lose. So I feel like maybe he was just being a bit relaxed, and then, but I don't know. I feel like now he's gonna pull out everything he can, or he might just play it conservatively. Hope Tyler fucks up. It's hard to say because it's Limes. He's very unpredictable. You really never know
Right.
what he's gonna do.
I'm gonna
All
see
right,
if
so
they're both
Tyler's
ready.
back from so Tyler just had to take a little restroom break. Looks like he's back, and he's gonna get underway to the game over condition screen.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
gonna count down in 3, 2, 1, go.
boys.
Good luck, gents.
All right, and off they go for round 3. I mean, like I said, anything can happen. You know, Olga left or right can make a difference. Guard rush can also make a difference.
Let's look at
You know, can we possibly see the USP kill strat for guard rush instead of
He
the
might
M9?
try it. He might try it. If he gets to guard rush and they're kind of evened out, he might just go for it because he needs every second. Limes is the sort of player who will look at where his opponent is and base his strats off that. I don't know what we'll see here.
Yeah, I mean, he knows how to dig deep when, you know, when it's on the line, and he's definitely, you know, no stranger to, like, all the alternative strategies, backups. You know, he's run ILs where myself, I tend to do more full game runs, so I'm not as aware of the, you know, what's more full run efficient versus IL efficient. And, you know, Tyler, just like Limes, I mean, he's, you know, they're both equipped to do the, you know, when they're up to the task. And I'm just really eager to see what kind of Olga they get. Like, I'm gonna say it right now before they even reach it, Apache. I'm gonna call for a both left Olga loop.
I think both right. But I mean, in a race situation, what you're really hoping for as a viewer, I think, is always for them to have the same RNG. Nature of the tanker is it's pretty RNG heavy, especially when you compare it in the lens of like the full game run. A lot of their RNG in the whole run is contained in the tanker, and that's a right side for Limes.
And that is a left for Tyler. Oh geez, this.
It's important.
Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Olga's going back, and did he get the loop? I think he did.
I think he's got it still,
he
yeah.
did. Yeah, so Olga kind of did this, you know, not really like a double back, but she kind of, you know, scooched back a little bit and fired back, which I almost thought he lost it. But both Olgas are down. Tyler with the slight advantage now with, I think it's like, probably like 8 seconds. Give or take. I mean, it depends on what Olga does.
That.
Let's see. So he's going to just do a normal drop. So knowing this, I'm sure D-Lines is kind of scouting what Tyler's up to. Okay, so he did not get the Wild Star drop. It's, you know, it saves half a second to a whole second. But I'm almost thinking if he gets to guard rush, Limes is going to do the USP strat.
He's going to have nothing to lose, right? Like.
Yeah, I mean, I almost think he would have to. Unless if Tyler, you know, makes a mistake, you know, getting his way down to the engine room and beyond it. Because I want to say we've seen the tanker get blown up quite a few times today. And it's very easy to make that mistake, whether if it's an IL or a full run. So, I mean, you know, any little mistake like that can be very costly and can benefit either runner and a little bit of a face plant.
Yeah.
Oh man, he can't be doing that. Not when the race is this tight. Okay, so both making their way into the engine room. Let's see. So I'm probably thinking they're gonna go for both fast engine room strats here. I still can't get this down myself. Like, I sort of got close in one of the races I had earlier, and I kind of improvised a, you know, delayed USP shot to skip the cutscene in the bomb room. All right, so it looks like they both got the fast engine room. And, oh, Tyler getting a little turned around there. I mean, it's very easy on analog to kind of get, you know, mixed around corners there when you're trying to make a turn. Okay, both bombs are defusing. Oh! Yeah, I guess D-Limes wanted to take a quick selfie for the Twitter page. It's like, yo, check out these bombs I just took out. And if you want to see that screenshot, which doesn't really exist, but you can always check it out at MGS Runners for the Twitter page, right, Apache?
Yeah, that's a good Twitter. Give us a follow. We're really close to 300.
Oh man, is that a fact? Man, I mean, I knew we were getting some traction up. I didn't think we were close to 300 already. But yeah, if you haven't followed the Twitter page, it's at MGS Runners for the Twitter handle. We've be most appreciated. There's lots of cool stuff on there. But now, it all comes down to this.
It's
This is
this
gonna
card
really,
rush, man. It's
this is gonna really set what's gonna happen. And even still, like the holds are no joke either.
Limes was shooting all his USP bullets, so I think he's sticking with the M9 here.
Let's see, and Tyler is also sticking with the M9. So I think they're both just sticking to their guns here, because like I said earlier, it's very dangerous, even if you're experienced, to kind of change strats midway, because like I mentioned earlier, the timing with the M9 relative to the guard's behavior can be down to muscle memory, and when you swap to different weapons, it can throw that off quite a bit more than you might think.
Lime's got kind of bad RNG here. Missed a few of the shots, and Tyler's come out of the guard rush ahead.
I mean, guard rush is very unforgiving when it comes to RNG. I mean, it's the guard on the right that just will blind fire at random. You can target them when you lean around the corner, but it's very hard to execute that when other guards are still transitioning in, firing back. But yeah, so Tyler making his... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Outside of Tyler making a mistake, I can't see Limes winning this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is... I don't know. It would have to be very, very severe for, you know, Tyler to slip back here. All right, so he's getting into hold 3 with the pictures, and it looks like he's doing a 3 spot.
Yeah, he can take the safety here. Tyler's done a lot of risky stuff in this run, and he's played pretty consistent all day. I don't think I've seen him make a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, other than the engine room blow up earlier in the tournament, I mean, you know, and it goes without saying. I mean, it's just, you know, when it comes to mistakes during a race or in a tournament like this, it's vulnerable to everybody. I mean, sometimes
Absolutely,
it's, you know,
6:42. That's another exceptionally low time from Tyler. He played just so well. Every game he played, he just played so well. Like I say, I'm wrecking my brains trying to think of a mistake he made. I don't think he did.
yeah, this was really nicely executed
Clean
from
3-0.
Tyler, and a 706 finish for D-Limes, and we have our winner with
Congratulations.
Tyler doing the 3-0 sweep in the final round of the Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance European Extreme Tanker Tournament. So, well done to Tyler. That's a round of applause from me, and I'm sure for everybody watching. And I think Raichu would also feel the same, but you know, I just want to say, everybody, thank you for tuning into this tournament event. I have also had a pleasure of running in it myself, with all the twists and turns, and of course to the others that participated.
Yeah, I'm
GG's to
glad
everybody.
we did it. I don't think we'll be doing another one for quite a while now. There'll be other stuff on the MGSR channel and so on, and you'll be notified of that. Follow the Twitter if you want to stay updated. Thanks
Hi
everyone for
guys.
being here. Yo,
Oh,
Limes.
D-Limes, what's up, man?
Like, I'm not really mad about it. Like, as soon as I lost game 2, I kind of checked out when I died at Guard Rush. I'm just not good at Tanker, which is why I really didn't want to enter the VE one. And I really didn't want to do this one, but I'm like, whatever. But it's gonna happen. Like, the streak's gonna end at some point, and it is what it is.
Hey man, you
So,
keep your streak forever if you never play, but that's not what it's about. That's not what competing's
no.
about. And you keep your streak
Yeah, and I'm
forever if
not,
you
like I
never
said, I'm
play.
not mad about it. The pressure's off now, which is kind of nice, but Tanker's a
And
bitch.
yeah,
Respect
I
to
mean,
Tyler as well, man. He
GG's
played just
to
so well in
yeah,
every
GG's to
game
both of
he
you
played.
guys.
Yeah, what's up,
mean-
Tyler?
Hey man, how you doing?
Yeah, really consistent player all throughout. Like I say, I don't think off the top of my head you made a single mistake in any of your games, and I can't. Can you think of one where you
Well,
know,
the
it was
first
a
game against
misplay?
Limes, I was trying to roll into the cutscene in Deck D, and I ended up hitting the door frame. That was one.
I mean,
And then-
if that's going to be your mistake, like it's not that bad of one.
Yeah, and funny enough, during I think it was the second Raichu run, the one that he like unfortunately had crashed on. I got the like rare instance where like if you go through that like first section fast enough, that guy will see you in the north end. And happened to me during Raichu's run, so I was trying to replicate that because that was kind of interesting.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
Well
game
played to
one was
everyone.
just I just got outplayed in game one. Game two I died, and game three was Olga. And then it just spiraled after that, so whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember one of these. I think it was game two. Like my guard rush was like kind of weird, where like I had like miscounted, and
Mm-hmm.
the last guy was on the far left, so I couldn't really do much about him. So I had to like wait, and I thought that may have been it because I was watching the stream, but I wasn't like really heavy at like watching it. Like I'd like watch it every now and then, but yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for hosting the tournament, though. I do wish that the road was a bit different because, to be honest, I think Raichu may have bested me if it wasn't for his computer problems because he's very well known for grinding out tankers. So he may have
Yeah,
made that
your
a little,
times
way
though
more
were pretty
interesting.
sick though. That's hard to beat. Like
Yeah, that was-
640s all the way around. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like getting a sub 7 on PC is tricky. It's kind of like a sub 8 on console. It's a little hard, but most people can probably do it. But getting like below the 645s into kind of the lower 40s and higher 30s, like that's when you're getting really good, like, and to pull it off pretty much 3 times in a row, like it was very nice. It was really nice to see, and I was kind of surprised, like how it went. I was kind of expecting the lives to come in and win because it's typical, but and I know you've been away from the game for so long, but I guess you came back a little while ago and you came back stronger than ever.
Yeah, I mean, I still try and keep up with it whenever I can, and the days leading up to this, I was playing a bit of Tanker offline, but I didn't practice as much as I would have hoped to. Also, like, I didn't really, like, realize that most people were doing the decade strat where you just kind of run straight to the railing. So I'm like, I'm probably gonna need the slight edge of like a second time save for Lime. So let me just do this. And I saw everyone doing it. I'm so like, okay, I guess I'll do it.
Screw it.
Right.
The Lime should have just watched my tanker guide. Then he would have won.
Watch any of my races that I've done. I'm either hardly ahead or behind coming out of tanker most of the time. I can recall racing Tyler almost every time I'm behind out of tanker. I come back and plant.
Yeah.
So
that's where I fail. So I feel that.
Yeah.
It's a bigger segment, so arguably more important for full game anyway. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a really intense race from everybody. I know we had some, unfortunate hurdles with, tech issues and, all that. But, I had a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah, it was definitely fun to do.
The tiebreaker is going to be etched in my memory for a while.
That was crazy.
It's always wonderful to see like so many people come in and enjoying like competitive MGS2. We're always trying to push competitive MGS2. We're always trying to set up stuff, and it's just great that it's always well received. Thanks everyone for being here.
This is much better.
Yeah, thank you. I do appreciate it.
It's much better than like
we all do.
Competitive fork knife or something, Everyone should.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me go build my treehouse real quick.